Cubs fans, buckle up because the North Side is buzzing with news that'll have you checking your pulse. 3 seismic developments are shaking Wrigleyville to its core, and trust me, you're not ready for what's coming. We've got a defensive wizard quietly putting together MVP caliber numbers while everyone's sleeping on him. A bombshell courtroom revelation that's dragging a former Cub into one of baseball's darkest scandals. And front office urgency that screams championship window now or never. The energy around this Cubs team is electric, but beneath that 41-27 record and 5-game division lead lurks some serious drama that could define this entire season. We're talking about a player who's been criminally underrated, despite being one of baseball's most valuable contributors. A shocking legal twist involving pills and tragedy that's putting our former reliever in the headlines for all the wrong reasons, and trade deadline pressure that has our front office's phones ringing off the hook. Cubs faithful, you know that feeling when you're watching a nail-biter at Wrigley, and you can't tell if your heart's pounding from excitement or pure terror? That's exactly where we are right now. Every day brings new twists that could either propel us toward October glory or send us spiraling into another season of what if. Hit that like button if you're ready for this emotional roller coaster. Drop a comment with your hottest take, and smash subscribe because Cubs fans deserve to know every single detail that could impact our championship dreams. Trust me, after you hear what's really happening behind the scenes, you'll understand why some people are calling this the most pivotal moment in recent Cubs history. But first, let's talk about the guy who's been carrying this team on his back while everyone else gets the spotlight. Nico Hoerner just got the recognition he deserves, and Cubs fans, it's about damn time. While everyone's been losing their minds over Kyle Tucker's clutch hitting and Pete Crow Armstrong's spectacular catches, our boy Hoerner has been quietly putting together numbers that'll make your jaw drop. CBS Sports just named him one of baseball's most underrated players, and the stats they dropped are absolutely insane. Here's the kicker that'll blow your mind. Hoerner ranks 22nd in wins above replacement since 2022. 22nd. That puts him ahead of all-stars, ahead of household names, ahead of guys making 3 times his salary. This isn't some advanced metric nonsense either. We're talking about pure, undeniable value that shows up in wins and losses. The defensive numbers are straight-up video game material. Hoerner's tied for first among all second basemen in outs above average with 7. And he's number 1 in defensive runs, saved with 9. When opposing hitters make contact, they're probably praying it doesn't go anywhere near second base because this guy's got hands like a magnet and reactions like lightning. But here's what separates Hoerner from those glove-first, no-hit second basemen. The man can rake when it matters most. His slash line with runners in scoring position hit .433 is 4.468. Earlier this month. That's not just clutch, that's championship-level clutch. While other guys are choking under pressure, Hoerner's out here treating RBI situations like batting practice. Sure, he's not launching moonshots over the bleachers, but who needs power when you're hitting .288 and finding gaps like a GPS system? He's one of only 2 qualified batters without a homer this season, yet he's driven in 29 runs. That's pure hitting intelligence, Cubs fans, knowing exactly how to move runners and manufacture offense when the team needs it most. The stolen bases, the plate discipline, the clutch hitting, Hoerner's doing everything except getting the credit he deserves. While the baseball world's busy drooling over flashier names, we've got ourselves a legitimate star who's flying completely under the radar. But recognition isn't the only thing following this Cubs team around. Cubs fans, prepare yourselves, because this next story is going to hit different, and not in a good way. Former Cubs pitcher Wade Miley just got dragged into one of baseball's most tragic and disturbing scandals, and the details coming out of this courtroom are absolutely shocking. We're talking about the Tyler Skaggs case, the Angels pitcher who died from a fentanyl overdose in 2019, and Miley's name is now being thrown around as a potential drug supplier. The testimony that came out Thursday is bone-chilling. Skaggs' former agent testified under oath that the late pitcher told him he was getting oxycodone pills from Miley when they were teammates in Arizona. This isn't some tabloid rumor or social media speculation. This is sworn testimony in a wrongful death lawsuit that could change everything we thought we knew about baseball's pill problem. Now, before Cubs fans start panicking, Miley isn't facing criminal charges related to Skaggs' death, and the testimony doesn't directly connect him to that fatal overdose. But seeing a guy who wore our uniform just 3 years ago getting pulled into this nightmare is absolutely gut-wrenching. This is the same Wade Miley who threw 37 innings for us in 2022, the guy who was supposed to help stabilize our rotation before injuries derailed his season. The timing couldn't be more haunting. Miley joined the Cubs in 2022, 3 years after Skaggs died, trying to rebuild his career after bouncing around the league. He was dealing with his own injury issues, elbow inflammation, shoulder strain, and now we're learning about this shadow hanging over his past. Makes you wonder what other stories are lurking beneath the surface of guys just trying to manage pain and stay on the field. This revelation cuts deep because it reminds us how fragile everything really is in this game we love. Players dealing with injuries, pressure, and pain in ways that sometimes lead to desperate choices. Eric Kay, the Angels publicist who supplied the fatal pills, is already serving 22 years in federal prison. Now families are seeking justice, names are being named, and the whole ugly truth about baseball's painkiller culture is getting exposed. But while we're processing this heavy news about our former pitcher, there's another storm brewing that could define our entire season. Cubs fans, here comes the moment of truth. That'll determine whether we're buyers or sellers, contenders or pretenders, champions, or just another team that couldn't get over the hump. The Athletic just released their trade deadline urgency index, and guess what? The Chicago Cubs landed at number 1 for needing starting pitching help. Number 1. This isn't some casual suggestion either. This is a 5-alarm fire situation that has our front office scrambling with just 49 days until the trade deadline. Despite sitting pretty with that 41-27 record and commanding the NL Central, our rotation is projected 23rd on Fangraphs for the rest of the season. 23rd, that's bottom-tier performance from a team with championship aspirations. The harsh reality is staring us right in the face. Our starting pitching has been below average in WAR, ERA, and strikeout rate. Even with Shota Imanaga's Rookie of the Year campaign, the overall rotation is a ticking time bomb that could explode our playoff dreams. Kyle Tucker's expiring contract adds even more urgency because this might be our last real shot at glory with this core group. The trade rumors are already swirling like a Chicago windstorm. Sandy Alcantara's name keeps popping up as the dream target, a former Cy Young winner who could instantly transform our rotation from liability to strength. Then there's Edward Cabrera from Miami, Zach Gallen, Andrew Heaney, and even Tomoyuki Sugano as potential rental options. Here's what makes this absolutely critical. We're not just competing against other teams for these arms, we're racing against time itself. Every day that passes is another day our rotation could implode and another day closer to losing Tucker for nothing. The pressure on our front office is suffocating because Cubs fans have been patient long enough. This is it, Cubs faithful. Hit that like button if you believe this is our championship window. Drop a comment telling us which pitcher you want us to trade for. And subscribe because the next 49 days will determine everything. Our boys have given us hope. Horner's proven he's elite. And despite the dark clouds surrounding former players, this organization has a chance to make magic happen. The question that'll haunt us all summer: will the Cubs go all in for glory, or will we watch another golden opportunity slip through our fingers like a routine grounder in the gap? Cubs fans,